Hey, math class. So this is 5.1c, convert units, dual unit conversions. So I'm not really showing you anything different than what the other video is saying, but hope maybe my words are going to make more sense in the other video. Basically, a dual unit just means I'm looking at two units at once. So it's things like MPH, right? Or miles per hour. How many miles I go is dependent on how many hours there is, kind of when I'm converting. You might also see like inches per second or feet per second or feet per minute, right? So they all involve this phrase per. So per is, I'm gonna type this because my handwriting is so crazy tonight. It means the fraction bar, or it means divide. And with dual units, we are going to work at converting one unit at a time. And also we're going to need, where'd my pen go? Our formula list. You are going to want this. If you haven't printed out the formula list, you're probably going to want to. It looks like this. And so all of our conversion factors are on, I think it's the second page of the Unit 5 workbook. So you're going to want this because everything that you might possibly need is all right here, okay? So let's go back to our practice problems here. I want to take 35 miles per hour and convert it to feet per second. So they have it written weird here, right? They've got it written out, and really I'm looking at something that looks like this, right? That's really what that means. And I'm headed towards a place that will be feet over second, because remember that word per means the bar, the fraction bar. And so I'm going to come over here and look on my conversion facts to try to find how I might get from miles to feet. Well, here is one thing I just see right now. There, right here, 1 mile, I'm going to write it up over here. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. I'll need that later. And then I also need hours and seconds, okay? So I need something that tells me, okay, so there is 60 seconds in an hour. You guys probably knew this already, but I'm going to write it down anyway. 60 seconds equals 1 hour. Oh, just kidding. Equals 1 minute. And then there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So these are the facts that I'm going to need to solve my problem over here. And I'm going to kind of just start. Again, remember, I'm working with 1 unit at a time because I have time and I have length or measurement in this. So I'll deal with 1 at a time, and I'm going to take a deep breath, and it's all going to be fine. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, 35 miles per 1 hour. And I said that 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. So see how my miles are up top here? Anytime that I want to cross cancel something with a fraction, I want it to go from a top of a fraction to a bottom of a fraction. And so the 1 mile I'm going to put down here so that I can cancel out those miles. And then my feet are going to go up here on the top. 5,280 feet, which makes sense because in my answer over here, I want to have feet on the top. So I know I'm done with all my measurement needs. Let's go on to the second part, which is the time, right? This is the second part of my dual units. I have hours and I want to get to seconds, okay? So again, I want 1 hour up here so that I can cross cancel it. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Is that what I want on the bottom though? I want to have seconds on the bottom. So we use this one already. That's where this one comes in. So 1 minute is the same as 60 seconds. And so see, I can cross cancel those guys right there. And now I have seconds on the bottom. So I know that I'm good. Let me rewrite this so that you can kind of see the math, because we've got so many lines crossed out. I have 35 times 5,280 times 1 and 1 all over 1 times 60 times 60. I'm going to use my calculator because I always use my resources. 35 times 5,280 is a super huge number. Times 1 times 1, the number stays the same, so I can just kind of ignore those guys. 184,800, and that is feet, right? Because this is my measurement up here. And then on the bottom, I have 60 times 60, because again, I'm kind of ignoring those ones because they don't change anything. So I have 3,600 seconds down here. And so then now I'm going to divide 184,800 feet divided by 3,600 equals 5.1. It's 3 repeating, but I'm just going to say 3 feet per second. Or I could write it as feet per second. However you want to think about it, okay? Oof, that was a lot of work. Oof. Let's look at the second one, okay? On this one, I have 48 ounces. Just kidding, 45 ounces per minute. I said the wrong number. I said 48, but it's really 45 per minute. And I'm headed to a place where I have pounds per hour. Okay. So I have ounces. That's like ounces and pounds are a weight. And then I have minutes and hours. So I have time. So those are my 2 units. I'm going to flip back over here to my formula page. And actually, let me clean this up so it looks a little bit neater. Okay, I cleaned it up. And then I took us to the conversion factors. So that's length. I need ounces and pounds. Here's ounces. Weight and mass. There it is. Okay, so I need this information right here. So I need, let me write it down. I have 16 ounces equals 1 pound. And this is a thing. I don't know why it's pound, P-O-U-N-D, and then the abbreviation for it is LB. I think it has to do with something in Greek or Latin. I don't know. It just is. But anyway, right. I digress. They mean the same thing, pound and LBS. They mean pounds. And then I need time. Where did my time ones go? They were up over here. And luckily, I'd only need the 1 for time this time. So for time, I need 60 minutes in 1 hour because I'm going from minutes and I'm heading to hours. I'm going to take us back over to our other page. Okay. I feel like I wrote this one in the wrong spot. I'm going to move him over. We have to be able to see our problem. Okay. So again, I'm going to start kind of going through and changing 1 unit at a time. So I'm going to start with the ounces. I don't know why. I just decided. And so up here, I'm going to use this one, right? So 16 ounces equals 1 pound. And again, this is on the top. So I want the other ounces to be on the bottom so I can cross cancel them away. And then 1 pound is there. And over here, I want to have pounds on the top. So I know that I'm done. Woohoo! Done with that one. On to time. So I have minutes on the bottom. So I'm going to put 60 minutes up top. 60 minutes in 1 hour. That was this, oops, this fact right here that we found. So then I can cross cancel my minutes. And I have hours on the bottom. That's where I want them. I'm going to stop right there. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this again because it's a little messy. Over 16 ounces times 1. Okay, so again, 45 times 60 is much too large. I'm going to use my calculator and get 2,700. 16 times 1 is 16. So that means I'm going to divide 2,700 by 16, and I end up with 168.75. And what is that? That is pounds per hour. That'll be pounds per hour. So it's a little bit different situation in that we are cross-canceling the units and not the numbers, but all of those kind of fraction rules apply. Hopefully this helps. This is the same method that the other video talks about, but maybe it will help you. Maybe I've said the words a little bit different. It'll help you be successful. Let me know how it goes and bring me all your questions.